Modern football is extremely fast. When you compare it to before and now, it's almost incomparable. Previously, being a fast footballer was enough, and it gave you a huge advantage. However, if a footballer wants to stand out in today's time, they must be so fast that it can almost be compared to professional athletes like Usain Bolt. But who are the fastest footballers? This is the list of the 10 fastest footballers in the world, starting with the 10th spot, where 2 players even secured their places. First and foremost, there's Alphonso Davies, arguably one of the best contemporary wingbacks, known to be one of the most successful Canadians. Let's move on to the 9th spot, occupied by the Egyptian player Mohamed Salah, who has been with Liverpool since the year 2000. Just like Nunez, he hasn't had the best season. I really don't know if it's Salah's fault. After all, he did score some goals, and the whole team is in 9th place. That means they're just not doing well altogether. However, in the previous season, things were different, and Salah became the 2nd fastest player of that season, with the highest recorded speed being 36.6 kilometers per hour. Now, at the 8th spot, we have Chelsea's new addition, Mudryk, who moved to Chelsea from Shakhtar Donetsk for an incredible 100 million euros. And do you also think that player prices are getting crazier every year? Anyway, we'll see how he performs. Personally, I barely knew anything about him before this transfer, and certainly no one was paying 100 million euros for him. But I won't judge until I see him play. Maybe he'll surprise us. Let's move to the 7th spot, and here we have a defender for the first time. This defender has played for teams like AS Roma, Chelsea, and since last year, he's with Real Madrid. Maybe you'll also know him by this funny nickname that circulated on the internet for a while. Yes, it's Antonio Rüdiger. He won almost everything with Chelsea, from the UEFA Champions League to the Europa League. But that doesn't take away the fact that Rüdiger is also quite fast. His highest recorded speed is 36.7 kilometers per hour. Now, to the 6th spot, we find Adama Traoré, who is currently on loan at Barcelona. He started there as a kid, then arrived back last year on loan with an option to buy. Before that, he was and still is, at least for now, a player of the English Wolves, where he showed himself quite well. He benefits from his incredibly well-developed abilities and physique, making him immensely fast. He claims to only train in the gym with his own body, attributing his speed mostly to genetics. But I don't really know to what extent I believe him. Of course, speed is also influenced to some extent by genetics, and thanks to that, he reached a top speed of 36.8 kilometers per hour. Before we get to the top 5, try to guess in the comments who will be in first place. And also, when you're down there, don't forget to give me a like and, of course, subscribe. So here we have the top 5. In 5th place, we have a player who recently retired and whom I made a video about last week. Yes, if you regularly watch my videos, you probably know it's Gareth Bale. He had an absolutely incredible career, making a name for himself at Tottenham and then moving to Real Madrid for an astronomical amount. He even became the fastest footballer in the world for a while. I mentioned it in the last video, but in 2015, FIFA conducted a study, and it turned out that Bale was the fastest footballer in the world, with a record of 36.85 kilometers per hour. In the last video, I said that he was surpassed only by Kylian Mbappé, but then I found out that it's not entirely true. After all, we still have 4 players who are statistically faster than him, and that brings us to the 4th spot. Here begins a bit of chaos. This is the legendary Arjen Robben, who retired in 2021. Of course, we mainly know him from Bayern Munich, where he played for an incredible 10 years. During those 10 years, he won the UEFA Champions League 3 times, the Bundesliga 8 times, but interestingly, he also won the English Premier League twice with Chelsea. Anyway, as the title suggests, he was a huge speedster. However, here comes the little chaos. Arjen Robben also represented the Netherlands. Robben could be 4th and Bale 5. But of course, it depends on how you interpret it. Finally, we have the top 3. In 3rd place, we find another Premier League player and another defender. This player plays for a top Premier League club, Manchester City, and it's Kyle Walker. He's been with Manchester City since 2017, previously with Tottenham, but they sent him on loan to another club 3 times. However, he became a valuable player at Manchester City, and perhaps he's one of the reasons why they've won 4 titles since 2017, including the Premier League. He also represents England, although, as we know, He hasn't won practically anything for his national team throughout his career. And of course, he wouldn't be in third place if he weren't extremely fast. His highest recorded speed is 37.8 kilometers per hour. Let's move on to the top two. Before I tell you about the top two, try to guess who was in first place. And if, of course, you haven't guessed yet, you can do it now in the comments. I would say that the second place will eliminate a lot of your guesses because most likely you thought that Kylian Mbappé is in first place. But it's not Kylian Mbappé. He's only in second place. He played in the youth team for Monaco and, in 2017, moved to Paris Saint-Germain. He was initially on loan, but they liked him so much that they bought him for an absolutely crazy 180 million euros. It's an extremely high amount of money. But on the other hand, just like Neymar a year earlier, he was very profitable for them. They won the French league title 4 times, along with several other cups. However, one thing is still missing for them, and that's the UEFA Champions League title. In 2019, they made it to the final but lost 1-0 to Bayern Munich. Last year, he almost went to Real Madrid, but at the last minute, they offered him such a deal that is hard to refuse. Not only did they give him a salary of around 130 million euros per year, but he also has some say in the club's decisions, such as a potential change of coach. But why is he in second place? Well, he's incredibly fast. He reached his maximum speed of 38 kilometers per hour twice. The first time was in a match against his former club AS Monaco, and the second time was at the 2018 World Cup in the round of 16 against Argentina. But if Mbappé is in second place, who is in first place? At the top spot is someone from a slightly older generation. This player has played for clubs like Monaco, Barcelona, Juventus, and also he became famous, or well, at least I remember him from Arsenal. Yes, it's Thierry Henry. Right now you can watch the video I mentioned earlier, Top 10 Goalkeeper, and YouTube also recommends another video for you right here. Have a great day, bye.